This is Cassie.
And this is Jessie.
And you are listening to
Off Her Chops.
Off Her Chops.
Off Her Chops.
Off Her Chops. Welcome back. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
It's good to be here today.
Nailed it. We have some action figures on display today.
Action figures.
Action figures.
I love the gusto behind your
Yeah.
voice.
Snoog's got these, I think, off eBay. We've got the Venus fly trap
The Venus.
and the Femme Fatale.
Let's take us back to the beginning of our careers.
It makes me laugh.
This is fan made, right? This is not.
Yeah, no, this is definitely fan made.
Yeah, we didn't have an action figure until we won at WrestleMania, and even then, it wasn't ready. He was just like, "Oh, they won. We should make an action figure." Here's a digital.
But yeah, we've got our little pig going here and everything happening. I will say I have a little bit of a not agenda. Maybe that's the wrong word.
Agenda?
Too. Not agenda. I do have something I would like to talk about because I was talking to my dad, good old Bob, a couple of weeks ago, and just because I am pregnant,
Yeah.
thinking about childhood, thinking about growing up,
Yeah.
thinking about parents and everything like that.
Yeah, it does definitely makes you think.
It really does. About fucking everything.
Yeah, it's like, what kind of parent do I want to be and do differently or the same?
It's wild.
Yeah.
And I asked him, I said, actually, Dad, do you mind if I talk about this on the podcast?
Okay.
And he said, yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
He's very open, say whatever you want.
Yeah.
And he gave me all this information, but it's something that I don't think many people know. I think there's only a handful of people that really know this story. And it was because I was young when it happened that I guess I didn't really understand the effects it had on me until you look back on it as an adult.
And I think I know what you're going to talk about, and if it's not, maybe something different.
Yeah.
But I do feel like most people have an experience like this that maybe they don't heal from.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they just kind of go on with life, and it doesn't unknowingly affect them through life.
100%. So I have very, very mild, but I do have some PTSD from this experience.
Okay.
And the biggest symptom and again, very, very, very mild. When we were back in Australia, I would see a therapist, and she kind of did say, look, these are the symptoms of PTSD, but it's extremely mild.
So you saw a therapist when you were young?
Yeah, when I was back in Australia, I want to say I was definitely over 18 because there were things happening and I was like, why am I feeling like this? And then she kind of steered me in the right direction. But one of the biggest symptoms that I have, pretty much the only symptoms, is anticipatory anxiety. Yeah,
you definitely have that.
Which is
now.
Yes. And that's something I didn't really fully understand until I was later on. And anticipatory anxiety is essentially I get anxiety attacks about possibilities that could happen in the future.
That may or may not happen.
Yes, and they're always bad scenarios.
Okay, so is this why, for example, like you want to book a hotel like 7 months early?
That's just my OCD.
Okay, gotcha.
That's separate. This one, it's wild because it comes and goes in waves. I think the last time I had kind of a panic/anxiety attack, it was probably January this year, so it has been a while. But I remember sitting up in bed and Snoogs was asleep next to me, and I just start bawling my eyes out. And he's obviously like, "What can I do?" And I'm just like, and I will list off all these things in my head because it's for me to get it out there. I just need to get rid of it out of my head.
Yeah.
And he's trying to console me, and it takes me a while to like fully calm down. But sometimes it just is like a snowball effect.
Does it compile, like things pile up and then you get to hear, or does it come out of nowhere?
It comes out of nowhere.
Yeah, okay.
And it could be one thing or it could be 20 things in my head.
Yeah.
It just kind of depends.
Yeah.
But yeah, I haven't had anything for a while, in terms of that. But it does stem from when I was, gosh, what year was this? And I do have my notes with me because my dad sent me a lot of stuff that I didn't realize had happened because I was very young. So I was 8 years old.
Okay.
So I was very, very young, and my family wanted to protect me from that happened. But we were a basketball family. So me, my brother, my sister, my parents, we all played basketball. So we were at the basketball stadium every single night when I was growing up. And my dad was playing in a men's game, and he got into an altercation with somebody in the other team, and it ended up being I'm not sure how many people, but he ended up getting assaulted. And they pushed him up against the wall and assaulted him, and they ended up breaking his neck.
Holy fuck.
So I didn't see this happen. I remember my mum coming in and grabbing me. I was in another side of the stadium, and taking me and dropping me off at one of her friend's house. And from then on, this is like the biggest shift my family ever had.
Yeah.
Because my dad was in and out of hospital for so long. There were lawsuits, multiple lawsuits. Wow. It was a very long, stressful time for my family. And like I said, I was so young, and they really tried to shield me from it. So when my dad sent me this, it was a lot of information that I was getting for the first time, because we just had never.
So did you kind of need this information to like fill in the blanks and like truly understand?
Yeah. And I'm glad I know, because I never really knew. But I said, what were your injuries?
Yeah.
After this happened? Because I think I only went to the hospital once. My mum wouldn't let me, because and later on she's like, he had tubes in, he was in a wheelchair. It was not, I didn't want you to see that.
Yeah.
So he says, and I'm just reading this from him. He said, I had 3 crushed invertebral discs and a fractured vertebra.
What the fuck?
This happened in December of 1997. Major operation in 1998. I had discs fused.
Oh my God.
And I suffered a heart attack on the operating table.
Holy shit.
So that's the first sentence.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, fuck. And it doesn't end. So he said, I had a diabetes diagnosis within 3 months. Type 1's a bad one, right? He has like the worst. There's 2 types of diabetes. One I think is more manageable, but he has the one where he has to do insulin shots before he eats and everything like that.
Yeah,
so it's very demanding. On insulin inside a year. I had hypertension, high blood pressure, diagnosis inside of a year. I had 2 mini strokes.
Oh my gosh.
Which they call TIA. And he goes, I actually had one large stroke that was undiagnosed until 3 years ago.
What the fuck?
He had a dead area on his frontal lobe, only discovered after an MRI to check the neck fusion. And he said, I was very lucky not to have any suffer any major complications from that alone.
Yeah, seriously.
Major medications each day for his head, heart, blood pressure, blood thinner, 4 needles of insulin, with occasional painkillers thrown in because he was in so much pain. So he sends me this, and then the last thing he says, he goes, at least I'm still 6 feet above ground, which is better than 6 feet under.
Yeah.
And I was like, gosh, that's such a thing like that my dad would say. And it's wild because he growing up, we had an on and off relationship. I was very close with my mom, my dad, and this is a time when my dad was going through all this.
Yeah.
And I just didn't know. So we would clash a lot. And it just puts everything into perspective.
Yeah.
From what I used to see and experience as a child.
Yeah.
And knowing that my mum had 3 kids, my dad was the sole worker for the family.
Right.
So the whole dynamic shifts. And, he still has arthritis. He's still on medication. He's still on stuff for his neck to this day.
Holy shit.
And this was so long ago. And then he goes, oh, I forgot. A flame hemorrhage in the right eye and arthritis with occasional gout in the knees. He said this besides the mental anguish and depression because I wasn't able to support the family.
This is physical only.
This is, right? So not to mention the mental. And this is back in the 90s.
Late 90s, yeah.
And he said, sorry, I just lost my spot. Not being able to go back to work and support the family. He goes, your mum is a bloody saint. And he goes, not bad. He goes, I wasn't doing bad when you consider I had annual checkups with no conditions or any complaints until he was 41.
Yeah.
So he was saying he was so healthy. So he's like, I'm so lucky that I was healthy up until this point. And he goes, I said, it's crazy how this had such a long-term effect on the family. And he goes, oh, for sure. It definitely had a major effect on our family. He goes, I had a ton of anger not being able to support our family for so long.
Yeah.
He goes, I hated that your mum had to go back to work. Yeah. And he goes, but I had such strong support from her that that's the only thing that got through. But he goes, I do regret how he handled his anger back then. Yeah. And he said quite a few friends deserted us. He goes, they put me in a too hard basket. Yeah. So it changed the social. So that now we're talking mental, physically and socially for him and the whole family.
Yeah.
Dynamic. And he goes, so make sure you guys stay supportive to your friends through good times and bad times.
Absolutely.
Which I love that. And he said men's mental health was a non-event back here.
Yeah.
Which I was like, fuck, yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And he goes, these days there's various organizations who can help, but when you're angry and confused, it's difficult to make that first contact.
And you also have to be in the right mind space to want
help.
Some help.
Yeah. And I feel like it was tough for him because he's still getting diagnosed with physical things.
Yeah.
He's still trying to figure out what he's feeling mentally. We're still trying to figure out a family dynamic and a schedule and a routine. The last thing he's going to think about is his mental health. Do you know what I mean? Like as a dad.
Then,
exactly.
Just, like you said, it wasn't a thing.
And he said, your mum was always my stalwart, which means loyal, reliable, hardworking. He goes, she did everything she could to hold the family together, and I'm eternally grateful to have her, and I love her with all my heart. And I was like, oh my gosh. So it's just even after all that, the two things that he wants to make sure is that I know that mum did everything for us and that he's so thankful and grateful to have her and that he's happy just to be alive.
Yeah.
Like it's fucking wild, hey? And, it is what it is with my anxiety and PTSD. Now, a lot of it came from the reason why I went to see a therapist in Australia is because I would become extremely fearful when I would go out with my family. I wanted to lock them away in the house, like you guys can't leave, because I was so scared that something bad was going to happen again.
Yeah.
So even when my mum, we would go to like local shopping centre, and I never realised this until she told me, my hand was like linked through her and I would be squeezing her arm.
Yeah.
And and if anyone gave us a look, I would fucking rip their heads off because I was just so protective. And I think that's what I'm getting out of breath because I'm pregnant. Oh my God.
I promise it'll get worse.
I know, that's why I'm like, damn, I'm already struggling.
I can't hear it. So don't feel like
I forget to breathe. But I feel like that was the first, the positive of that's where I get my protectiveness from, which I'm sure you've experienced because especially when we moved over together, I was very protective of you.
So protective of me.
And I think a lot of that and Snoogs and
I appreciate
everyone.
It. I needed that in my life.
Well, I don't know if I've told you this, but I promised your mum that I would before we moved over. I was like, I promise I'll protect her.
Classic Kez.
So I had to, I can't let Kez down. But I feel like that aspect has definitely seeped into my life, which is something I'm very grateful for. And, the anxiety, there are so many people that deal with anxiety in so many different ways and, and deal with it in so many ways. So it's just fascinating to look back on that time. And now I have all this information. And, I feel like every child, they don't really appreciate their parents until they're adults.
Yeah.
And they realize all the shit that they did for them and sacrifice because they love them and they want to give them the best
Even
life.
Still, I don't think you can really appreciate your parents until you are a parent.
100%. Because you know that and back when we were born, they didn't have bloody snooze. They didn't have we push a button and it makes a formula bottle. It was a different time.
Yeah.
Just shout out to my parents.
Shout out parents.
Mum, Dad, love ya. And so it just got me thinking. It's quite deep what we just discussed. But I just want to – it felt freeing to say because, like I said, I feel like a lot of people experience bad shit in their lives. And it's nice to know that, we are public figures. The Instagram is probably the greatest hits, as we say. But we deal with real shit too. So you're never alone.
No. And
Never
everyone's
alone.
got their own thing that they're going through.
Exactly. So just have some empathy and get through it the best way you can.
So do you still feel like to this day you're dealing with like what happened to your dad?
I think so. I think getting all this information,
Yeah.
it kind of, it's just, I wish I could have done more. But when I'm 8 years
You're a
old, what am I
child.
supposed to do?
Yeah.
And that's just like in hindsight.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know if it would have been better or worse if I had seen him go through all that.
I think it would have, I think your mum did the right thing.
I think so too. Because I think at 8 years old, you can't differentiate what you're seeing. So I think I would have had a lot of images in my head that would have scarred me for life.
Yes.
So I do appreciate that.
Yeah.
But obviously now I'm like, no, I could have helped, but I'm fucking 8 years old, relax.
I know. Maybe it just would have, I don't know, you would have understood differently. But I agree with you. I wouldn't have, I mean, for my kid, I wouldn't want him to have those images in his head for the rest of his life.
I feel like I didn't really mature fully until I was like 22. So even if I was like 10 or 12,
that's so young,
like you don't have the mental capacity to kind of deal with what you're seeing. And it's interesting, like when you said most people have an experience like this, it's very true, right?
Yeah.
Did you have an experience, obviously not similar, but did you have something that you look back on now and you're like, oh shit, that did affect me
100%.
in a certain way?
Because this is kind of deep. One of my biggest fears in life is, I'm not going to say the word.
I bet. Do you want me to say it? Because I know what you're going to say.
No, I don't want to say the word in general.
Okay.
It starts with an R. It's a 4-letter word. It ends with E.
What about
Sexual assault.
I was about to say, is that a nicer way?
Sexual assault. That is my biggest fear.
Yep. And most women have that fear. Very true fear.
I mean, I think it's understandable because it happens all the fucking time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But so I've always wondered, like, where has this stemmed from specifically for me? When I was 13, my family and I did a trip here to America. I danced at Disneyland with my dance studio. So we did a week in Disneyland, and then to like have it more family time, we went to Hawaii for a week afterwards. And one day while we were in Hawaii, like we had gone out and done all our excursions kind of thing for the day. And then I think as we were coming back to the hotel just to like, shower and
get ready,
watch TV and go to bed kind of thing, I asked, is it okay if I use the computers downstairs? Because I wanted to log into my Bebo.
Bebo? Do you know what that is?
You don't know what Bebo?
No.
It's like, it's like before Facebook. It was like MySpace
so
and Bebo.
Oh, damn, I wasn't cool. I didn't have it.
I
Bebo.
fucking loved Bebo. I took that
okay.
shit seriously. You would have like and you know how on MySpace you'd have your top 12 friends? On Bebo you would have your other half.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
And so this was 17 years ago because you said you were 13.
This is 2006.
Yeah, you're 30 now and then, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, so before.
Yeah.
I mean, you had to go downstairs to use
To
the
the lobby. Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm downstairs. I'm checking my Bebo, seeing who's written on my wall, and wrap it up. So it's time to go upstairs. But to get like even into the elevator, you need your card, like your buzzer card. So you need to use the card just to get into the elevator, and then you can pick whatever button. Mm-hmm. So I think I was there by myself, and I tapped the card, and then these two guys came into like the waiting area, and they were like, "We don't have our card. Like, is it okay?" And I was like, "Oh, you just need anyone to like buzz to get in, and then you can pick the floor, whatever." And so they're like, "Oh, okay." So I get in the elevator. They get in the elevator. 2 men and me, 13-year-old me.
Off your card.
Off my card.
Yep.
I put in my number. And I mean, I was 13. And I think back then no one knew any of this information. So would I do things differently now? 1,000%.
Absolutely.
I was 13 and this was not on people's radar.
Yep.
Press my number. They pressed their number. They were on a higher floor than me. So I'm just kind of standing there minding my own business. And I don't think it clicked to me at the time, but they had been drinking.
Okay.
And so this all happened like in a split second, but to my mind it took 10 minutes to happen. Going up in the elevator, their doors open and they go to leave, but one of the men in my head, he like slowly walked towards me, but he could have just taken one step.
Yeah.
And I was like backed onto the wall and he like tried to kiss me.
Oh my gosh.
And I was frozen and I like didn't know what to do. And what came to my head was I haven't had my first kiss yet. I don't want it to be this man. And so like right before he got to my lips, I just turned my head and I said, don't. And then his friend grabbed him and said, come on, let's go.
How old were they?
I don't know.
Yeah. Were they, do you think they would have been like 20s or were they like?
So this is what I do know. So that happened. I was freaked the fuck out and I was also really embarrassed about it. So like you would think you'd go run to your parents, like this happened to me, blah, blah, blah. I was so embarrassed that a man had showed me attention and that, you know, I had never been kissed before. Like I was fucking 13 years old.
13 years old, yeah.
So I go into our room and I didn't know this, but my parents knew something was wrong. They just could tell something was up. And I think I just kind of like walked in and I like got my stuff and I went into the shower and I just cried in the shower. And then I came back out and like I just didn't say anything and I just kind of like went to bed. And they were kind of like, Cassie, talk to us.
Yeah.
What's happened? And I told them. And then I feel like 5 minutes later there was police in our room. The hotel manager was in the room, all these things. And then they basically they got the secure surveillance camera from the elevator.
Oh, wow.
And so my dad kind of took care of everything. I stayed with my mum, my brother in the room. My dad went downstairs. He took care of everything. So they saw it on the camera. They saw what happened. Yeah. But I had to go downstairs and identify them. And I was so scared. And they knew I was scared. They said, all we need you to do is pop your head out of the elevator. The person with them is going to direct them to look at you, pop out and say, is that them or that's not them?
That's still very intimidating for a 13-year-old girl to do that.
I was very scared.
They have to look at you. Like you have to look.
Yeah.
There's no glass where they can't see you or something.
No. Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So I said, yes, that's them. The guy who tried to kiss me was put in jail that night.
Wow. Good.
And so for me, I thought this is where it all ended.
Yeah.
I thought he's in jail, he's in trouble, that's his punishment. We're going to go on with our holiday.
Yeah.
Which we did. We went on with our holiday, but I didn't realize, I think my family pressed charges and there was a whole like court case. This whole shit happened. So this man was, they were both in the military and they were on, what do they call it when you get like a couple days off in the military and you can go wherever you want?
Like leave maybe? It's
something
something
it's like you get a weekend, you can they will let you fly wherever you like, kind of thing.
A couple of days.
Yeah. That's what they were on.
Okay.
This man was married with a family. And so I found out, and I don't know the timeline because in my mind it happened, it was done.
You're a child.
Kind of like, but I remember my mum telling me one time driving home from school, she said, I just wanted to let you know that he pled guilty. The guy pled guilty. So if he hadn't have pled guilty, we would have had to flown back to Hawaii and go on like trial or something.
Oh my gosh.
But he pled guilty.
You probably would have had to like.
He was discharged from the military, everything.
Oh, wow. And guys, I've never heard this story.
No one knows this story.
No.
My family know this story.
Oh
no one knows this story.
Damn.
Yeah. So I do think that's where it stems from for me.
100%. And that's,
I do kind of wish that I had therapy or I had had counseling or something for it. My parents might have offered it to me. I really don't know. I don't remember. And I probably just said no. That's intimidating. Hey, 13-year-old, would you like to see a therapist? No. I'm scared.
Exactly. Yeah. And you don't really know what that entails. Like you don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, you were so young, you wouldn't have understood what you were feeling.
Yeah.
And how a therapist could have helped you. You just wouldn't have understood that.
Maybe they wouldn't have helped me. I am like, I don't feel like I carry it around with me in my life now, but I do find like when I'm in fearful situations, that's what it stems from. Yeah, and the fact that it is unfortunately so common these days.
Yeah. Yeah, that's trauma that has stuck with you.
Yeah.
You're just so young too.
So young.
So if he was in the military and had a family,
Yeah, I don't know what happened to him and his family, but I know his life completely changed because he got drunk and tried to kiss a 13-year-old girl.
And I've seen pictures of you on that holiday and you look like
I was a fucking baby.
You're not one of those teenagers that look like they were 17. You looked
So
like
I actually
13.
do think that I was always told growing up, oh, are you this age? And I was, in fact, 5-6 years younger.
Oh,
that happened to
really?
me a lot growing up.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I guess maybe because when I see those pictures, I'm now looking.
Yeah.
But in the moment, I'm sure that might have been differently.
I remember thinking, like, after it had happened and he got out of the elevator, I remember, like, looking at myself in the mirror and thinking, like, I don't even look pretty. Like, I don't understand. My hair's a frizz ball. We had come from the beach. Like, nothing about me was, like,
screaming for attention or anything like that. Yeah. Oh, gosh. That's so heartbreaking that that happens. And it's interesting because when you said the elevator, I mean, when we used to travel full time on the road for WWE, we were we had done the women's
like self-defense
courses at the PC a couple of times, which were great. They kind of like got you to be aware of your surroundings and what to do in certain situations. I mean, now, first of all, we would never scan anything for us and other people to go in.
Yeah, no.
We always used to wait for people to push their buttons. I don't think we ever used to push our buttons. I think we used to wait until they got off and then we'd push our buttons if people were in the elevator with us.
Yeah.
Even we'd have our car keys out. If we were walking late at night to hotel to car or car to hotel or wherever, we'd have our keys out. We always had our head on a swivel.
I still do. Day-to-day life now. I fill up my gas tank and I'm like, on fucking guard.
100%.
Come for me. I got you fucking, I got your number, mate. I dare you.
Seriously, and it's sad, but you have to. Like when I fill up gas, I get in my car again and lock the door.
Do you?
Yep.
I remember that one guy telling us that was an extra step that you don't need to take.
I take the extra step.
You just don't know as well. Like that's one person's self-defense opinion and it's just, I don't know why I kept it. But I'm also like weird. I don't like touching the handles. I don't want to touch anything else until I've hand sanitized. That's why I don't get back in the car.
I wait till I'm in and then do that. But yeah, it's I just hate sitting. I'm watching it. I just want to, can I sit down? Especially now.
I was going to say you're pregnant.
Can I sit down, please? But even grocery shopping.
I don't go out grocery shopping.
Oh gosh, a lot of the time Snoogs is with me, which is good. But even if I'm by myself, if I'm pushing a trolley, I know exactly where everyone is next to me. I know who's behind me. I'm looking in the mirrors. Yeah, it's stuff that unfortunately has to be just common sense.
Yeah,
to females now.
Yeah.
Damn. Well.
Shall we lighten the mood?
This has been a fucking deep episode, guys.
I know.
But I'm glad we were able just to
life isn't always rainbows and butterflies.
No, fuck. Shit happens and you deal with it and fucking pat on the back to us because we're fucking awesome. You're laughing at Snooks. Shut up. We'll lighten the mood with Bob's your dad.
And now, pork chops, it's time for Bob's your dad.
And we're back.
What have we got today?
He's sent me a couple.
A couple?
I said, Dad, I need some, back me up a bit.
Okay,
because
sure.
I get anxious if I don't have a few.
Okay.
Just in case, you know what I mean? Time difference. Sometimes he takes a while to get back to me.
Yeah, understood.
Sometimes he's like, give me a minute. I'm like, just give me one.
Just hurry up.
Okay. On our wedding day, I promised your mother we would never go to sleep angry or cranky. But the longest I've been able to stay awake is 3 days.
I've seen that as a meme going around recently.
Love it. Oh, God. But thank you, Dad. And then for our next little seg, Producer Snoogs, he refired the Twitter account for Producer Snoogs. It's been a while.
Yes. It's X now. It's not Twitter.
Oh, it's X. Okay, he's holding up an X. I was like, who's in trouble?
Who's hurt?
Who's hurt? Okay, so is it a tweet still? Or it's not a tweet? Did you X?
I don't know.
Did you send out an X post?
A post.
Okay, you posted on X. For some riddles because you had suggested this and I was like amazing because it had been a while.
Like if I'm on a decent length drive, I'll put on like an old random episode.
Yep.
And I think I had put on the riddle one. I was like, yeah, this was fun. Let's do it again. I really like when we get our segments are like
we don't know.
Well, yes, but I like them interact. Like I would like the pork chops to be interactive with us.
Yeah, send stuff in.
Yeah, because I don't want to just like talk at you. I want to like interact with you.
Oh, fuck talking now. So he's put he's got a couple of riddles in here.
Okay. And we have
that Pork Chops have sent through.
Okay.
So I will say when you pick this piece of paper up, the riddle will be on the front and the answer is going to be on the back. So don't flip it over.
Okay.
So I'll start us off.
Start us off hot.
Okay.
We got this. We sucked last time.
We did. First riddle. Oh, you don't have who it's from? Wow, wow, wow.
Sorry, Pork Chops.
Sorry, Pork Chops.
That one's on Producer Snugs.
Yeah. Rookie mistake.
We would have put the
We would have. And if this was your riddle, thank you for submitting said riddle. I am a rock group comprising of 4 men, all of whom are dead, one of which was assassinated. What am I?
You are the – what's it called?
Did we just talk about this?
Yes.
The Mount Rushmore?
Yes, Mount Rushmore.
Okay,
that was my guess.
What did I say? Was it the rock with faces on it? Oh, Latte's having a little cry. Latte, come here, Bubby. She wants to have a little guess at the riddle. Okay, so Mount Rushmore. Mount Rushmore! Hey, 1 from 1. I'm glad we got that because we sucked last time.
I don't know if that was much of a riddle though.
Yeah, that was very in detail. I think he may have started us off with a nice one.
I like it because they are ordered. They're not just thrown in here. Okay. What can travel all around the world without leaving its corner? A stamp on an envelope.
Oh.
A stamp.
She didn't even concur with me. Confer. She just said, that's the fucking
I
answer.
just knew that one.
Amazing. Okay. Maybe he lowered the ball because last time we shocked. Okay, next one. Where did the contortion...
I'm going to try that one again.
Where did the contortionist pass away? Where did the contortionist... So they bendy.
Yeah.
They bendy.
Where did they pass away?
And where? It has to be something like tide, like in a tide. No.
In a knot.
In a knot. No. Like where though?
Did a contortionist pass away? But does pass away mean they died? Yeah. Or is it a double entendre?
Ooh. See, this is what we get. We had 2 good ones. Now I'm stumped.
Where did the contortionist pass
away?
Where?
Fucking circus.
Fucking circus. What's the answer?
It is in his own arms. Snooks is fucking proud of himself for that one. Holy shit.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
Next one.
I have lakes with no water, mountains with no stone, and cities with no buildings. What am I?
A map.
I have lakes. A map?
A map.
I have lakes with no water, mountains with no stone, and cities with no buildings.
Because map has all of them. I fucking think that's a good guess. Or a world globe thingy or a map.
I have lakes with no water, mountains with no... Okay, we'll go map. You're right! Congratulations.
That just fucking came to me too.
Good job. That's mum brain right there.
Fuck, I am smart. What are we on? 3 from 4.
Oh, yeah.
Woo.
We're killing it.
What 5-letter word becomes shorter when you add 2 letters in front of it? 5-letter word when you add 2 letters in front of it.
Short.
Okay. Short.
What word becomes shorter? Like the word shorter, not physically shorter, but it is shorter too.
I'm thinking height.
Yeah.
You were thinking length. Good.
I'm in the riddle mindset.
We're
Like it's not all cut and dry, you know?
Amazing.
What kind of tree can you carry in your hand?
Palm tree.
Hey!
Oh my God. I promise I didn't look. I'm so, oh my God. You see that? That is
Palm
great.
tree.
Oh my gosh. We got 1 wrong.
I've never felt so smart.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so these ones are in purple font. Snoogs thought it would be funny.
Yeah.
Which joke's on you
Yeah,
because
maybe
we're
we
fucking
don't need
killing
them.
it. These ones are for kids, riddles for kids, because he
Okay.
thought I'll throw you a bone. But fuck, let's see watch these ones a bit harder.
Maybe it's so that on YouTube it can be for kids.
Yeah. have a go with this. If you drop a yellow hat in the Red Sea, what does it become? I feel like this is harder than the fucking other ones.
Wet.
Wet. Wet. Oh my gosh. We are so on fire. You bet. Yeah. You see this shit?
I am so impressed.
My gosh.
Holy shit.
Because Pork Chops, we bombed the last time we did this. We had no idea.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Give me a drink and I will die. Feed me and I will get bigger. What am I? Yep.
Okay.
Got me here.
Yeah. Okay. All right. You stumped me.
Give me a drink and I will die. Feed me and I will get bigger. I would say like a plant, but
That's
you do
what I
water
said.
a plant, but if you overwater a plant, yeah, it'll die.
And it's like feeding it though because it doesn't have, I would say, that's where my head went was plant.
I don't think it's plant though.
Yeah.
What else could it be?
Desert. A cactus. Which is a plant.
All right, we'll go with plant. A fire. Dang.
Wouldn't have got that one.
Yeah.
Okay, you got
no,
it. Yeah,
I got
yeah. Snoog's got the finger up.
Yeah.
All right, relax.
But I don't think you really feed a fire. No. That's why we didn't get it.
No, you do. That's how, yeah.
Oh, okay.
You do
Never
feed a fire. So we only got 2 wrong. Okay. What appears once in a minute, twice in a moment, but not once in 1,000 years? What the fuck? What appears once in a minute, twice in a moment, but not once in 1,000 years?
I don't know why I want to say like a blue moon.
A blue moon.
No, we already saw it.
The letter M.
Ah, fuck.
Once in a
You need
minute,
an extra
twice
second
in a
to
moment,
think.
but not one. Yeah, I would not have got that.
Oh, this is
Last
the last
one?
one.
Okay. I think
we got to get this.
we're 6 from 9.
Pretty good.
6 from 9.
If you drop me, I'm sure to crack, but smile at me and I'll smile back. What am I? Fucking hell. Did you put these in easiest to hardest? Yeah. I see what you've done there. If you drop me, I'm sure to crack, but smile at me and I'll smile back. So what
smiles back?
Yeah.
What smiles?
Crack a smile.
back?
If you drop me, but smile at me and I'll smile back. Fuck.
A picture. No.
Oh, that's not bad because you drop a picture frame, it'll crack.
I was like a painting. Oh. Or a picture, yeah.
But if the picture is of someone smiling, like I'm trying to get a gauge of producer Snoog.
It's not giving ourselves
We're
close.
so close.
Picture was close. That's all I can think of.
Well, that's not it.
I know, shit.
Fuck, I don't know. A mirror.
A mirror.
Dang it.
We're close, hey. Yeah, shit. Well, 6 from 10. Hey, that's
Pretty good.
pretty damn good.
I'm proud of that effort.
Thanks, Pork Chops, for sending those in. Lovely.
And we're moving on to
Pop quiz.
it's time for the pop quiz.
Extra pop quiz. Extra pop quiz time. I'll go first.
No, you always go first.
Okay.
I'm going first.
Okay, you go first.
Okay.
Hit me with it.
Miss Jess McKay,
Ready for it.
which is the only body part that is fully grown from birth?
Eyes.
Correct.
Oh.
Did you know that or you like thought about it?
In my head, I had ears, no, eyes, yes. That was my thought process.
Ears actually continue to grow.
That's what I was like,
Yeah.
that's the wrong opposite.
Yeah.
Okay.
What is a group of lions called?
Mare.
A pride.
A pride. Oh, damn it. Yes. Shit.
Pride rock.
Yes. Fucking Lion King.
Oh,
Duh.
fucking Lion King. Latte, where's producer Snooks? Latte. Latte on your bed.
What's she doing? She's under the table.
She's biting my rib.
Oh,
well, she's not biting. She's playing with them. We're just trying to settle her down.
Come on, Bobby. Okay.
How many bones are there in the human body? I've given this to you once before. I wonder if you've remembered.
No.
No?
So
Okay.
time I ever hear the answers when you ask me in a pop quiz. 257.
206.
Okay. Well, at least I was in the hundreds reigns. Yeah, fuck.
Okay. Reese Witherspoon and Josh Lucas star in which 2002 rom-com?
Reese with his Sweet Home Alabama.
Sweet Home Alabama is correct.
Boom.
Who was the first US president?
So I can kiss you anytime I want. Sorry. He was the first US president. Lincoln. No.
George Washington.
Ah, damn it. I'm so
Is that
bad.
what Washington is named after? Like Washington, D.C. Snooks? He's over there laughing.
Yes,
he says.
yes.
Well, that's good to know.
Yeah.
When we go for our citizenship.
I was about to say we have to learn all this shit.
Yeah. You're right.
He's laughing.
He's cackling. Cackling. Ash, I can't concentrate. I can hear you just laughing.
You're laughing.
Where is Billie Eilish from?
Ireland.
Ireland?
Yeah.
Jesus, she's from Los Angeles.
Oh, I thought she was.
She's from Ireland.
I thought she had an accent. Fuck. Damn it. I didn't realise that.
Taylor Swift's, this is multiple choice.
Okay.
Taylor Swift's middle name is Alison, Kate or Mary?
I don't know. Alison, Kate or Mary. I'm going to go C, Mary.
It's A, Alison. Taylor Alison Swift.
Damn it.
Avocados are a fruit or vegetable?
Oh, they're a fruit.
They are
They
a
have
fruit.
seeds in them.
True or false? Pigs can't look up at the sky.
They can't. Yeah, true.
True.
Yeah.
A male adult neutered cow is called a
Dad cow.
dad cow. A bull.
A bull. Fuck. Done.
Okay, so you got 1, 2,
Okay. Keep going.
3, 4.
I thought I got more than 4. Damn. Okay. I think I had a little. They were spread out, so I just thought
They
it was
were,
better.
yeah,
Okay, so
yeah.
4 out of 10.
Yeah, good effort.
Shit. Okay. All right.
How did you feel about those questions?
Good.
Okay, good.
Yeah. Fun.
Awesome.
Okay. Okay. Shit. This is actually funny. You'll have a little throwback moment.
Okay.
What is the capital of India? We were just talking about
Dhaka.
this.
No.
No.
India.
India.
Fuck. India, I know this. Can you tell me what it starts with?
I'll give you a hint. It's
Okay.
2 words.
Oh, shit. No, that doesn't help.
No.
India. Can you give me the first letter?
No.
For a half point.
N.
N.
Yep.
Nepal. No.
No.
India.
Nah.
Nah.
Wrong. New Delhi.
New Delhi.
New Delhi.
Dang it.
You know that? Yeah, sure you did.
Snoogs know everything.
Number 2. What is baby's name? in Dirty Dancing.
Oh, like her character name?
Yes. Yep.
Oh, shit, baby. No, don't know.
No, Francis.
Yeah, I wouldn't know
Yeah.
that.
I think I only say it like twice.
Okay.
Latte's getting a bit anxious. How many steps does it take to reach the top of the Sydney Harbour Bridge? Multiple choice.
Okay.
A, 1,332.
Oh.
B, 1,532. C, 1,802. Or D, 1,902.
Can you just give me 3 options?
Okay, so when we take one out then, I'll take out C.
So 1,000, 1,500 or...
So pretty much 13, 15 or 19. In that range.
Okay, 13.
From the bottom just to get to the middle point, top.
13, 15 or 19.
Yep.
I'm going to go somewhere in the middle of 15.
13.
Dang it.
Yep.
I was
Wild.
thinking that, but then I thought,
It
don't know, I've never done it before.
Yeah, I was just about to say you haven't done it,
I
hey.
really want to.
Yeah. Snooks. Ooh, bit of thunder.
Oh, you better get through
Oh,
this
shit.
before we stormed out again.
Before we get stormed out. Okay. Who was my first match against in front of an NXT audience?
Becky Lynch.
No.
What, on TV?
So in front of an NXT audience. I'll go
thought
back.
you meant
No.
on- I
I'll let you guess again. Just in front of an NXT audience.
Bailey.
Yes.
Well, you said it.
Oh, I did? Oh, I forgot I said it. It was NXT. What was that? For kids or something like that.
I thought that was Becky.
No, that was Bailey. And then my first TV match was against Becky.
Snogs. Is that true?
Yeah.
Okay.
I've watched the match. It's online.
I could have sworn it was Becky.
No, but I'll give it to you because I said it wrong. So you're on
No.
1 from 4.
Okay, I'll have it. Thank you.
Yeah, you will take that point. Which green is usually found in a Caesar salad? What type of green?
A leaf? A green leaf? Leafy greens?
What type of
In a what, sorry?
in a Caesar salad?
Caesar
Like if I was
salad?
making a Caesar salad, first thing I put in, it's a green
Lettuce.
Yep. What type of lettuce?
Cos
Romaine.
romaine.
Yeah, good guess. Cos. How long is an Olympic swimming pool in meters?
You've asked me this before. It's
Yep.
50.
Yeah, I was playing it back again.
You're seeing if I remember because
Yep.
I said like 200 or something.
Yeah, you said. So you had a bit of redemption on that one. I still haven't. Any questions? Name all 5 Spice Girls' real name.
Oh, I wish you had asked. Never mind. Real names. Okay, we've got Emma Bunton.
Yes.
We've got Melanie B. We've
Yes.
got Melanie C.
Yes.
We've got Jerry Halliwell.
Yes.
And we've got Victoria fucking Beckham.
Boom.
I didn't know I was going to get that.
Fucking nailed it. See, I knew you had it in you. So you're on 3 from 7. So you have 3 questions left. You need to get 1 to tie, 2 to win.
All right. I got this.
True or false? Venus is the hottest planet in the solar system.
True.
Boom. So we're tied. Who are the 2 main toys in the Toy Story films, and what are they?
And what are they? Well, there's Buzz,
Yep.
who is. What do you mean? What are they?
Like what?
The plane? No.
It's a plane.
I guess
He's got
wings.
yeah, but he's not a plane.
Oh, he's an astronaut.
Yes.
Yes.
Good.
And Woody is a cowboy.
Yes.
Woo! He's a plane.
He's a plane. With the arms out. Fuck. Okay, so you've taken it, but last question. Finish the lyrics
Okay.
to this entrance music
Oh.
used by the worldwide tag team sensation, The Inspiration. Lights down low, got that glow. Wear the show. Now we bet you can't look away.
No, I bet you can't look away. He's my type. Too deep dive.
Did you say he's my type? He's my type. Too deep dive. You've got the too deep dive. But it's, yep.
Okay, so I did
Yep.
that first bit.
Yep.
Can you give me the previous line?
Yep. Lights down low.
Yeah.
Got that glow.
glow.
Wear the show. Now we bet you can't look away.
Away. I can't get he's my type out of my head. What is it?
It's our time.
Okay.
Too deep dive. Come out on the other side. Better than yesterday. So, okay. So 4 out of 10,
lyrics.
5 out of 10.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I'm improving.
Yes, we both are. Lovely. Well, that's all we have sketched for today's episode. Thanks for sticking around.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah,
thanks
thanks
for
for joining
supporting
us.
us.
Appreciate it.
As always,
We love and appreciate you. Take care, pork chops.
Don't forget to follow us on the socials
At OffHerChops.
at Cassie Lee.
At Jessica McKay.
And don't forget to
Slay your day.